Hello, nephilimfree. I would just want to make a video telling you that I accept your challenge. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to watch every video you've made and every video on your favorites and all your friends' favorites and blah blah blah, because I work 3 jobs. I'm studying evolution, cosmology, little bits of everything. I'm also trying to learn how to speed read to help speed things up a bit. But I took a look at your first video, and I found some things that I rather thought was strange. First of all, at the first scene, let's see. You stated that that evolution's a conspiracy by scientists because they're going to lose their jobs, and you say that creation scientists are being persecuted for this. Please give some examples, name some people, put some evidence up there, because I have not seen any worth that. And all the people in Ben Stein's movie, yeah, they've already been debunked. They were not fired for believing in creationism or a creator. Number 2, you said there's no evidence for speciation, or no evidence for evolution. I would say, what is speciation? And 2, I will also put up the example of Martin Boras's experiment. He took a single algae cell, let it live for 1,000 generations. Then he introduced a predator with a flagellum. Then, when he introduced that, he studied the evolution of that algae cell. It took less than 200 generations for the algae cell to start to form colonies of 100 cells. And then after that, the colonies dropped to only 8 cells. They found out that the 8 was the optimum number, big enough to not get eaten by the bacteria with the flagellum, and small enough for all of them to get light and survive. The conclusions: bodies and evolution from single cellular organisms to multicellular organisms, aka macroevolution. Bodies can arise from threat of predation and remain after the predator is removed. Okay, then at 1 minute 17 seconds, you state that dumbing down of the public is hegemony, or hegemony. I butchered that word, but it's weird because on the internet it says that means the predominant influence as of a state, region, or group over another or others. And that's kind of funny, because it's not really, doesn't mean dumbing down, and you kind of state it several times that that's what it means. You also say that you state that evolution is a work of Satan, because they want people to believe that there is no God and all that stuff, but there are plenty of evolutionists that do believe in God. And conspiracy, well, yeah, the hegemony, I think, yeah, that's how you pronounce it, hegemony. I suck with that stuff, but that would be the Christian nation that you people keep talking about. It's kind of funny how it's always a Christian nation until something does not go your way, and then the Christians are being persecuted. But then you state, then that's also an appeal to emotions, I believe, because you're saying, hey, they're trying to send your kids to hell. But then at 1 minute 36 seconds, please show me a mechanism that stops microevolution from becoming macroevolution. The kinds, then you brought in the kinds argument. The kinds in your last statement does not make any sense. Animals in the same kind may not be able to reproduce, but that is evidence against macroevolution, because no two of any different kinds can reproduce. So let's look at... Okay, so I'm going to take a look at an example. The dog. Would you say it's its own kind? Well, you're saying... Well, here, let's look at the dog, and while some of the bigger dogs can still reproduce with wolves, let's look at the Chihuahua. That thing cannot... There's no way that thing could breed with a wolf anymore. So are we saying that's a different kind, or what? And to back that up, your definition of a kind is, it is grouping of animals by their ability to reproduce. Then you contradicted yourself by saying that many kinds can't reproduce within it. Its kind. So, which one is it? Is it grouping them together by their reproduction, or is it not? At 2 minutes 36 seconds, the ability of bacteria to eat nylon. I'm sure you were talking about that. Is macroevolution, because nylon was invented roughly 1938, and if you want to put, and I believe the only argument you would have against that is that God knew he would put nylon there, and so he put that information already in there with them. But that already takes it out of science, and it's already supernatural and not scientific. Then you also say don't even concern yourself with it and saying it's garbage and stuff. And in your challenge, you say that you want us to look at both sides and all, or you say you want us to look at the creationist side. But if you really want to take a look, you're supposed to look at stuff open-mindedly. How can we take that open-minded stance if you're saying we can't look at stuff? Definition of transitional forms are fossilized remains of transitional forms of life that illustrate an evolutionary transition. Emphasize evolutionary transition. A bird with the neck of a dinosaur and teeth is a transitional form, a transitional feature. The whole thing is not exactly transitional, but it still has transitional features. At 3 minutes 11 seconds, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to make this quick, but you say that similarities in groups of animals do not make it, is not proof of evolution. Well, we used that to group animals together for taxa in the 18th century. 18th century anatomy was very good with that. But now we have stuff like genetics, DNA, for that. And I'm glad that you're still disputing an out-of-date method. And then just one last thing. You're about the Noachian flood and all that, and you say that Venom Fang X is a very smart creationist, and we should listen to him, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. In the Noachian flood, it would be... well, it says in the Bible, Genesis 6:20, of the birds according to their kinds, and the animals according to their kind, and every creepy crawling thing of the ground according to its kind. But Venom Fang X said in a recent video that he was supposed to bring animals that could breathe through their nostrils. Okay? And he specifically said that insects were out. So is that not a contradiction between the Bible and Venom Fang X, or what? Is he not as smart as we thought, as you thought? I mean, we don't believe he's smart at all, but okay, well, thank you, and I hope you respond to this, but I will be responding to all of your videos in the future. Okay, thank you, and goodbye.